Hello and welcome to Breach Wanderers, a deck building roguelite game which we're going to explore today. Now, as you can see, I'm here in a character choice sheet or screen that you most likely won't see when you start up the game, because when you start up the game you start out with Rodan here, who is going into the breach, I guess we can say here, to explore for the first time. Now, I have here a few options that, as said, become important as soon as you progress a little bit in the game. But I want to show you this game as, in my opinion, it is a very, very nice alternative to Slay the Spire. There is some similarities, we are looking at those later on, as well as something that is a little bit new. Now, as you can see here, the characters have levels, and they also have different stats here. Max health, max mana, shield. This is something that becomes important in game. You also have here different values for that, so that one seems weaker, works a little bit different. Every character has its strength and weaknesses as far as I figured out if you're fighting against certain enemies. You also have different decks. That is again also something you do not particularly have in Slay the Spire, and also abilities that unlock as you progress. Now, there is a few things I definitely want to show you down the line, so stay tuned for that. But for that, I would say we are starting with a new character, just to show you how it would be if you play for the first time, because as far as I figured out, every new characters also start out with the first level, going through there and unlock things along the way. Now, let's go with that. We have 4 characters I can pick from, and I already looked at them, so we're going here with Drufis. Drufis uses her blood magic to create powerful attacks. Whenever she takes damage, her cards are centered around damage, healing, and poison. So, damage, healing, bleeding, poison. Sounds lovely. Who doesn't want to play as me mom in a video game? Now, let's unlock this character, and things all of a sudden look a little bit different. We have a higher max health, less max mana, less max shield. Create a bloodburst card whenever you lose life. I have no clue what that exactly is. So you also see level 1, and the deck ledger here is missing, which means we would need to unlock that to start. We can also go ahead and customize our colors. What do we have here? Oh, that is this one. Yeah, no, I kind of would like to have some, I don't know, dark purple accents. Looks lovely. What is this one? No, this is actually the tattoos. I like them in that color. So for that one here, having this, yeah, I'm going with that. I'm more a fan of purple and different shades of purple, as a lot of you may know. Now, we are going with that, and before I bore you more to death, let's have a wee bit of look into the game as we start out here. And yeah, we are also starting out with some energy. That is due to some of the upgrades I'm having. I'm coming to that later. Now, as we are looking for the parallels, this again is a similar build to what you would find in Slay the Spire, and yeah, there's also different nodes. Now, one of the first distinct differences between Slay the Spire and this one is you don't have resting pads, you don't have traders. I think there's also something else missing, but as for the pads you have enemy pads or nodes. You have event nodes, so everything can happen. And you have these mid-boss and elite nodes, as well as a boss node in the end. So yeah, you have to defeat one of those 2 bosses, and then also you can try to go around the elite monsters. That's not a problem. But yeah, you can rest right out the bat. Over here, you have a quest board. It's certain things you should be doing to get additional ether. With ether, you can unlock more cards in the city. And yeah, you're also collecting gold. Gold is not used in the playthrough. It's used to upgrade your city. That is also one of the very, very big differences between this and Slay the Spire. Portal device, this thing gathers energy to create items. Correct? You have items like accessories, armor, weapon, and trinkets in the game. Also something that strengthens your character. This is in lieu of the artifacts you would get in Slay the Spire, because there is no artifacts. You're basically dealing with this. I mean, to each their own. I like this actually a lot, because different items you can kind of increase the strength of your character very, very much. Now, before I'm ending up waffling here, I would say let's jump into a battle and have a look here. Again, drawing cards as normal as you kind of look around here. This is the first time I'm seeing this as well. So this one actually works with weakening enemies. This gives me some mana in the long run. Strike, blood strike. So I'm losing health. That's also interesting. So apparently this character deals also with taking damage. So I'm not so 100% certain how this will go down. But we will figure that out. So we are hobbling that one. We have lost some mana down here. With this one we get 1 mana back, but also with the growth we get 1 more max mana. And mana burst we are getting next round 2 additional 1, and also this one. So yeah, we are getting there a few things. While starting out, I kind of like the idea of just go ahead to any enemy temporary. So a temporary spell. And yeah, I'm going to take that. I took the 3 damage here to deal some damage, ending turn as normal. Now, there is also these status effects like Arcane, Lightning, Frost. If this bar fills, things happening. Usually not good things. At least if it's not on your character. If it's on the enemy character, it's beneficial to you. Also one of the differences there. Gain 3 mana, life. I still kind of figure out, okay, I have Mend in here, so that's not too bad. But let me see what we have. 3 mana, lose 2 health. Let's go with that, because we're getting the blood burst there. Okay, we are now doing very, very weird things. I'm totally here for it. More damage here. I'm going to do this, because with this one I'd get 4 damage back. I can also mend. Yes, I'm going to do this, heal the mana, and then just slay this one. Easy peasy. I mean, the first run through isn't meant to be too difficult. Here's one of the all bigger differences as well. You have to choose a card. And the interesting thing here about the card is you get to pick 2 cards out of your pool. At a certain point, you can determine the pool of your cards, or a card from the monster. So this is basically also something where you can get a card as a loot from the monster, which is kind of nice. I like the idea of getting regeneration. Continue that. I also want to figure out very, very quickly how this looks. I have life tap. I now have the 1 regeneration. What do I have? I have a mend. So all in all, I would like to get rid of the slash. And apart from that, this is kind of not a bad thing. This one also will give me the chance to heal the damage I'm inflicting on myself. So that sounds like a good idea. Now, let's have a quick little look what we find in these events here. I'm not going to bore you through another fight, or well, I can just go through that very, very quickly to get that sorted and to make that a thing. Now, what do we have here? Health, we don't really need that. We can use the slash here, alive tap to get the blood burst. They will attack me, so I'm a little bit in a pickle there, but that's fine. I still had shield there, now the shield is gone. That's one of the things I just figured out. This character doesn't have shield cards. That's going to get interesting. Okay, I have 5. I want to use this one because gain 2 more mana if I don't have any mana. Perfect. Not having any mana, I can deal with that. To the first enemy. So this is 9 damage. I'm doing that. I mean, this is a waste, but that's totally fine. I'm getting 4 mana here. And I can just slay this one like that. And we're done and dusted. Now, the one thing here is also, I now have enough energy to get items. Shield gain per mana spent casting spells. I don't have any poison yet, so I'm going to go actually with the shield here to get some shield back. What do we have here? Gain 2 mana, heal 4. Ooh, that is a good card. I want that. At least in this kind of character. Now, let's have a quick little look here for the events that can happen. You hear some fighting sound in the distance. Magic plants are fighting against a group of very dangerous elementals. Now I can say I want to stay hidden, or I attack. And I think I'm going to attack the elementals, because there should be some other things. You surprise all the monsters with your attack. The other group of monsters flee as soon as you start. They can also both flee and something happening, but in this case it happened to be a normal attack. They now have ambushed, so I'm starting with an advantage, which is nice. But to be fair, I don't really have anything here. I'm going to use this for the reasons that I actually can get this spell here. To get that, using this to gain 2 mana, regenerate myself, and there we go. Now I'm getting attacked. I'm also getting shock here. Shock does it powerful. Definitely something to look out for, because this makes them stronger. And stronger enemies, usually not a good thing. Now, let's go ahead. I do have a 50% chance at the moment to do critical damage, which wasn't the case here. But if there is the option, always trying it. Shocking that one. Attacking that one. Here we go. Alive tap again. I would only get shock. I don't want to have the shock. So I'm taking this one out. I'm getting hits here against the shield, which I cannot replenish. So other characters have shield cards with which they can replenish the shield, which you can have at the moment 2 out of a maximum of 8, which is not bad to have. Because this kind of takes away damage. And as you see, the 8 means that you keep the shield. On the contrary, for example, to slay the Spire where you don't keep your shield. I found a lucky charm, so I can get a reroll if I wanted to. But conductive bolt, that's nice, but I'm dealing with the most of the time with strikes. So having one where I'm also getting... Do I deal with strikes? I haven't really looked that up. Yeah, most of the things are strikes. There's very little skill. So we kind of want to stay with strikes. Strikes, skill, spells, these kind of things. There's one spell here, but this kind of will be interesting if you get certain items, because certain items do certain things. Per mana spent casting spells. So I may have should taken a spell to get some shields back. Just thinking. Okay, let's go for the next event here. What do we have? As you walk the small curve in the forest path, you immediately notice a group of small mushrooms. Munchrooms. They are already looking directly towards you, but they are not making any aggressive move. So I kind of think we should just attack them. I mean, just because we can. Now, first things first, we are losing some here from the spell. We got the... Oh, these are also spells, so we're actually regenerating a good amount of things here and there. That's actually not too bad. Okay, I just finished one of the questy things there. And just looking through this, I can just go through and kill them first round. Gain shield, gain wits. Enemies burn, leeching seeds. Oh. That might not be such a bad idea to take the leeching seeds. The firebolt is also nice, but we don't have that amount of mana. Wits is a nice thing too, but I think I'm going with a monster card here. Here we go. And now we are kind of here up against the first boss, who is definitely way stronger. So we need to figure out how we deal with that one perfectly fine. I kind of think we definitely should get some leeches there. Hit him like this. Oh wait, I can't get that. Hit him with a 10 spell here. Hit him like that. And I'm not going to take the one because I'm not so sure how close I am to a certain threshold, because there is a threshold that the health bar that you can lose max health. You get this back while resting, but at certain points you cannot go fully up. Okay, I don't have the mana for it. Okay, I may or may not messed that up a little bit. Slash... Oh yeah, perfect. 4 mana here, prediction, this one. Life tap for a little bit. Okay. We also now have the shock effect here, which is this bar went full. With 10, now it needs 2 more to fill. So this is also kind of a thing. Yes, you can get to the degree where you get the debuff from this one filling, but the next one will always kind of cost more to fill, which is nice. Now, we should be attacking this one as hard as we can and heal fully up again. He's healing. Not a huge fan of that, but hey, that's kind of part of what's happening, right? He's at 15. Okay. I mean, we can deal with that. So we're at 14, so we're taking 1 damage. That is perfectly reasonable. But another shock setters. He again wants to heal. Not a huge fan of that. Have to admit, I'm not particularly fond of that one trying to heal. But what can you do, right? Get back to that. Not enough mana. So hitting this one again. So far we're actually not looking too shabby. 24 though, that's going to hurt. That is going to hurt. One way or another. Yeah, that's getting hit here. And luckily we do have a heal. I'm causing the damage, the focus, mend, life tab. Next round we should be winning that. Yeah, we're fine. That one gives me a heal. Okay, perfect. getting through here, victory. We getting to craft another item. Starting purity rank, health restored after combat. So that's also a nice trinket. I want to have that. Choose a card. Ooh, Doom is nasty. Spell, critical, deal 12. Any enemy, apply 12 shock, shuffle to shock spasms into your deck. That's an idea. I do like also the idea of Doom. I take the Doom. We can now upgrade a card, and there is some things that kind of happens there. Because Doom has the nice effect, it will deal a lot of damage after time. So I'm chucking that in. Remove. As I said, I would like to remove the strikes, because in the long run they don't help us too much. Okay, so now let's see if we get to the boss battle. Just got to the boss fight here, and yeah, let's jump in and give that some help. This is a boss fight in so-so variety. I mean, you have 4 enemies here as the first one, so it's a wee bit a different thing. So I kind of would say we're starting out with giving vulnerable to them to do a wee bit more damage. Doing this to all enemies lose 3 health. That's also perfectly reasonable. And then we're starting out with hitting this one. They are now starting to buff and debuff. So all in all, this will make things a little bit tough for us, but we can deal with that. Now, while this one is there in the back, let's see what we have. Getting a little bit of health, that sounds perfectly reasonable. 3 mana, that puts us up to 8. Yes. Okay, I'm taking that. I'm putting a Doom on the one in the back there. And while doing so, I'm going to attack the first one here, and will also remove that one. They get powerful over it. Not ideal, especially not with the arcane, because that's going to hurt us in a moment. Boom. Arcane goes over, we're getting hit. Another arcane blast. And we're actually taking a good chunk of damage here. Not particularly something we're in the business for, but for the main part we can deal with that. Now, giving them some leeches and a blood burst, there we go. So yeah, things are definitely looking not too shabby, not too shabby. For hobbling them, using this one to get a little bit of shields back. We are not going to get that at any point. So taking that, healing myself up, that's perfect. Now the leech should kill that one, perfect. The arcane hit me and now the shields are in. That's not too bad. We need to kill this one. Corrupted blast, vulnerable. We get some life in. Now is the question, what do I want? Do I want the leeches or do I want help? I take the leeches. They are getting hit by this. That one. Let's get rid of this one, because we just reduced the Doom tracker there. Now let's see. Health back up. Draining strike. You get that one. Draining strike to heal full up. And here we go. Victory. First run. Depth 1, that means there's only one run. This is kind of the victory. The default decks usually get through this, which is perfectly fine. So we're getting a level up here, getting some arcane, some additional cards unlocked for the character. Great, absolutely amazing. Now, let's get back to the city, where is some of the other differences between this game and slay the Spire. We do have the quest board here, where we just completed the one with critical hits, so we're getting some ether here. Keep enemy frozen for 3 turns in a row. That's something for Rogan. Apply 60 status in a single turn, deal damage with burn. So yeah, this is all things where you can get ether here. You use the ether to open packs, to unlock more cards you can pick. If you do this like this, you get another spell, Smite. Deal 15 damage to the first 2 enemies, gain Purity 1 on a critical hit. Nice. Restorative Shield, gain 6 shield for heal. Not a bad card either. Decrease its value by 2, minimum 1. Oh, Crumbling Defense. So yeah, this is also one that has the temporary things. Decrease value, increase value. So the first time you get 10, then you get 8. So this kind of goes down slowly. Yes, I have a few more ether, but we're not going to open more, as we kind of have looked into that at the moment. So as I said, you have the quest board where you can earn ether to open the packs. Then you have the market where you can buy trinkets. So that's also a thing that you can buy, where you kind of get things offered. You can buy, you can upgrade that to get more stalls, to get a higher variety. This makes, of course, your runs easier. And here is also the forge. With the forge, you then can buy different things like reinforced outfits, more health, regenerative harness, kind of like that one, getting health after every fight. Not much, but enough. Lightweight materials gives you more resting supplies. As I said, you have resting supplies you take with you, similar to Darkest Dungeon, and you don't need resting nodes like you need in Slay the Spire. Ether boost, this kind of gives you more, you get more energy for the artifacts in a dungeon to begin with. You start out with higher energy, that means you get earlier artifacts, means trinkets, accessories, weapons, armor, the likes, which is very helpful, and arcane connectivity, that gives you more choices. So yes, I have invested here already a little bit, so of course running through the first one is a little bit easier to me, but it should be also quite easy for you because the first one wasn't a big problem. Now, as said, there is similarities to Slay the Spire. There's also a huge amount of differences to that. So, do I think that there is anything like a carbon copy? Hell no. I can see where there's heavy inspiration coming from, but this is a different game. And this game brings a few more things to the table, where I'm saying, hey, I'm looking forward to see what's more to come, as this game is not yet finished, as they kind of, there is more updates. There is still 2 playable characters missing. They want to go up to 8. 5 areas. You have the 4 buildings, where there is only 2 yet. So there is that too. So there is still things missing. But as I said, it is in early access, and a lot of the games that are in early access are at the moment promising, and we'll see what we get out of this. I mean, I do like the idea with the forge that you can upgrade things. The market is kind of nice, like Undermine. And as you see, if you kind of go to start into a run now, you can see I now have here a default deck. I still have not yet level 2, which will then give me access to the pool, but by now I can go ahead and change things around in the deck and yeah, basically put cards in that I can use for this deck and build things with. So this is the cards that are available here. Now, let me go back to give you a wee bit of look over here. For example, if you get... Okay, I only toyed around with this. I haven't named anything yet. Let's go with that. A deck here. You have your deck, your starting deck, and you also have a pool. That was what I mentioned before. And the pool kind of contains cards you can find. You get 2 picks out of your pool and 1 from the monster. So you decide what cards you want to find. So making it a little bit easier for you to build your own deck that you want to run while playing the game. Downside here, in my opinion, is that you cannot decide to, hey, I don't want to draw a card this round. I would like to see this change, that I can decide if I want one of the cards that is offered, or just say, no, I don't want anything of that. Maybe take energy or something like this instead. Would be nice too, but I haven't seen this as an option yet. But as I said, that would be kind of a nice addition. I personally would like to see, but then again, all in all, I definitely had a lot of fun playing this game so far. I want to go ahead, unlock more of the characters, probably also pick a character to specialize in to see what you can do, as I have figured myself out yet that certain characters are good against certain enemies, other characters are better against other enemies. So yeah, you might want to experiment with that yourself if you decide to pick up the game. If you like roguelike deck building games, I would say this might be worth looking into. Maybe just putting it on your wish list and having a look where this game leads. Myself so far, I definitely enjoyed playing the game. And then again, I also got it offered for free, and perfectly happy to take them up on this opportunity. So yeah, at that point, thank you all so much for being here. I hope you found that insightful. If you have any questions, feel free to ask down in the comments. Or, well, you can also find me over in Twitch under Silky_Paws. Over there, have a look what I'm doing there, playing all sorts of games. So yeah, feel free to come over and say hi. But yeah, at that point, thank you all so much for being here. I hope you all have had a great time. And as always, play it nice and keep your claws retracted. Till the next time, everyone, have a good one.